Hello. Welcome to Speak Out Sessions. My name is Yulam McCullough, and I'm going to be reading some poetry for you guys today. This is all revolving around the topic of Black Lives Matter and why Black Lives Matter. This being a topic of discussion, why is this a debate? I have no idea. Much of this country was founded literally on Black lives, and to me, it's absurd as to why this is even a debate. And it's very heavy to think that I need to be speaking like this about this topic. But it's with a light heart that I open up about, my love and my and it's not even the color, it's about the struggle that you've gone through, the struggle that you experience, the fear. There's a sympathy there, and I can't understand it, but I empathize with it. And so I'm going to be reading some poetry to you guys today. And yeah, this is me. This is me being open about my own experiences, about my experiences of oppression. And maybe you guys can learn something from it or feel empowered by it. The first poem I'm going to share with you guys comes from experience of an abusive stepfather. I think this is such a trope that's been seen in literature and movies, and it's a real thing. Life imitates art, and art imitates life. So yeah. What a dirty old man. What a shitty game you have everyone playing. We opened our home and you took our hearts. We opened our hearts and you took our home. I think there's a lot of power in realizing the openness that we give to people. We say, yeah, sure, as long as you can let me be who I am, I will yield. I will do as you ask. I will be who you need me to be so that you can feel more comfortable with me. And I know this is nowhere near the Black Lives experience, but something about how we feel we need to be a certain way in order for others to feel comfortable. This is false. It's not up to us to make them feel comfortable. It's up to us to make ourselves feel comfortable in who we are as people, for us to feel comfortable in our own skin. Another one I'm going to read has to do with, it's a haiku, and it has to do with how we kind of grasp that control, the other side of that equation, the person who is being oppressed, and then the other side of that is the person who is oppressing. And what it is it's a grab for power, it's a grab for control, it's us trying to feel at ease, feel comfortable with what we can't understand. And so here it goes. I want to move on, but heart wants to give me up. I want to let go. Better done than said. And to hold on is a curse. It will consume you. Hunger for your way, to bleed for complete control, to give joy away. And when we force and when we make things the way we think they need to be, we give that joy away. We allow that entity to take our peace. And it's sad. It's sad that it needs to be like that. It's sad that these cowards need to harass and oppress people of color just so that they can feel comfortable in their own neighborhoods. There is nothing that is held against us. And we're all just, pieces floating in this ocean. Of course, I'm referring to people. We're all just trying to live, trying to survive, trying to thrive, trying to be the people we came here to be. And the next poem revolves around that kind of subject. I call this one Pieces of Glass. There's a lot of writing in this book. So I read it forwards and then I read it backwards. Particular pieces of glass. My hands are hot, covered with ash. My hands are dry, bolts old with rust. Particular pieces of trash. They say are another's treasure. My hands are worn, tired from bringing their pleasure. I melt, reformed as an ever-changing ore. My mind, just grains of sand on the shore. My mind, applied with heat and pressure, turned to glass, fragile, in a sea of trash, there to be molded and broken by particular pieces of glass. There to be molded and broken in a sea of trash, fragile, turned to glass, pressure, applied with heat. My mind found on the shore, just grains of sand, an ever-changing ore. I melt, reformed as their pleasure, tired from bringing. My hands are worn, treasure. They say are another's particular piece of trash, bolts old with rust. My hands are dry, covered with ash. My hands are hot, particular pieces of glass. But that's the individual, and that's the drive to connect with each other. As we're all pieces of this puzzle, we're all trying to figure this all out. It's such a confusing time we're living in. And to even question, do Black Lives Matter? It's ridiculous. There is no debate. You do matter. They do matter. And if we can't give Black lives the rights, the treatment that they deserve, no lives will be given that. It's a slippery slope. And I'm tired of fighting it. I want to be here for my fellow man, no matter the color of skin. So with that, I'm going to move on to another poem, obviously. This one is more about how we open up to each other. This will be the last poem I read. But I want you guys to leave this session in mind of how we empower each other, how we're able to lift each other up. It's not just me, it's not just you. This is a collective effort. And I'm so happy to be here sharing my effort with you guys. So again, thank you. This one's called Open Arms and Closed Eyes. Open arms, closed eyes, holding so tight. Something about those still moments with others. Like there's something to lose. Open mouths and closed minds when the mind is too loud and anger spews out. Like they couldn't hear me before. The way I hurt. The way I love. We contradict ourselves and we trip into wondering, what did I do to deserve this? Sunsets, ice cream, and flowers. What on earth did I do to deserve this? Who on earth did I fuck to deserve this? No one. And this is the trip and wonder. The wholehearted I thought I knew, and yet I still don't know. But there's an idea there. I put myself here, in these open arms and closed eyes, with these open mouths and closed minds. An idea lingers here. Something in those sunsets and sunrises, a moment of transition, in open spaces and falling water, that place of rest. There's something in there like eye contact and handshakes, a moment of connection. How I hurt, the way I love, keeping it all open, even to the closed eyes and closed minds, keeping it all open to the ones who choose not to see. I am forever changing like these sunsets and sunrises, this open space and falling water, ever changing with these brief moments of contact, ever inspired by ourselves. Thank you for tuning in to this Speak Out session. My name is Yalam McCullough, and I hope you enjoyed my poetry.